Hello everyone, my name is Jamie and I want to welcome you back to my channel where we review, demo, and discuss makeup and give commentary on the beauty community as a whole. So today guys, we're going to be doing a review on the Crystal Clear Aquarius palette by Colourpop Cosmetics and the Act Natural Mascara from Colourpop. So just to kind of explain a little bit about this palette, Colourpop released 12 palettes in this collection, each representing a different astrological sign. And let's open her up so you guys can see what the palette looks like. So the Aquarius one is like a blue theme with some neutrals. It looks really pretty. It's my first 4-pan palette from Colourpop, so I'm super excited to try the formula. And if I like the formula, I would venture to say that the rest of them, all the other palettes in the collection, perform pretty well too. The Act Natural Mascara was actually a gift with purchase I received when I ordered. And I'll show you guys what it looks like. The Act Natural Mascara retails for $9, although right now it's on sale for $6.75. And here's the wand. See what that looks like. This is in the color black. And this palette also retails for $9, and it is also on sale for $6.75. So if you're in the market for some new makeup, now may be the time to shop for Colourpop because they have some really good deals going. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, let's open her up here. I'm going to do a swatch of the palette for you guys so you can see what all the colors look like. The formulas feel very silky to the touch. They went on pretty easy, and I'm excited to go and try it out. I'm going to start off with the brown shade. This is very soft, so I don't know if there's going to be fallout. Let's see. No, it goes on very softly. I actually really like how it feels. It feels very buttery, and it feels like it's going to blend out really nice. That's one thing with Colourpop, is you can get a lot of bang for your buck. I did not do my foundation first. I rarely do, in case that there's fallout. But looking on my eye, I don't see any. So if you do your foundation prior to your eye color, at least with this brown shade, you should be okay. Now I'm just kind of blending this out a little bit. I'm going to use the Camo shade next. And I'm going to stick with the same brush. And I'm going to put this on my brow bone. And this has the same texture as the other brown. You're not going to see too much of any kind of a pop with this shade because it is almost the exact same color as my skin tone. But if you have deeper skin than me or lighter skin than me, it should definitely show up for you. I apologize for all the sound in the background. It's raining pretty good here. We're about to get the remnants of Hurricane Ida come through here. And because of that, you can hear every single car passing down the street. I'm hoping that this storm doesn't come until after I pick my kids up from school, because I really don't feel like standing outside in torrential downpour. Okay, now that I have that on, I'm going to use the fun color, the blue shade, and I'm going to use the LBE 5 brush for that. It's like a large flat brush. And I'm just gonna tap here. It feels really creamy going onto the brush. This color I think is gonna be really, really vibrant. Let's see. Yeah, look at that, like instantly it's pigmented. I'm not gonna go all the way over. I wanna save some space for the silver shade. I know when I go pick up my kids wearing this full face of makeup, people are gonna be like, why is she trying so hard in this busted ass day? And I'm like, see, I have this YouTube channel. I can imagine getting the ultimate side eye. This is one dip with the brush, and it gave me all this coverage. It's very sparkly. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but this is a very shimmery eyeshadow. I like it. I really like that pigmentation. I like the shimmer. So you definitely get your money's worth of this. I can see you getting a lot of use out of these. And the different color stories are really cute. There's like some neutrals, there's some pinks, purples, there's a green palette. I just picked the Aquarius because that's my astrological sign. So I was like, all right, well, I gotta get the Aquarius one. But they were all pretty cute. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with this one more time just to see what happens. When I go on with it a second time, the blue shows up even more. This is like a blue shadow with like a silvery sparkle undertone with it. I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. This is the LBE 6 brush, and I'm gonna go back into this brown color just to deepen up the inner corner. I'm just gonna layer it on top of that blue just a bit, just to add a little bit of depth. Oh, and while I think of it, I want to thank those of you who recently subscribed to the channel. We're now at 45 subscribers, and remember, when I reach 50 subscribers, I'm going to be hosting another giveaway. So if you watch the content on a regular basis, hit that subscribe button. One thing I would say, I wish the brown shade went a little bit deeper. It goes on pretty light. I would like that to be just a touch darker. But it's this nice combination of like the warm with the cool tones. Let's see. I'm gonna take this brown shade up a little bit higher, very lightly. I'm gonna use the LBE 2 brush to do that. That's like a medium fluffy. I'm just gonna go a little bit higher on the brow bone, so you can see some of that brown up here. And I'm just going with the shape of my brow bone, just to give a little bit more height to it. And I'm gonna blend that out with the camel tone. Gosh, that almost sounded like I said camel toe. One thing I will say, I was just talking about this brown shade, saying that I wish it was darker. It does build up. Oh my gosh, I love how effortlessly it blends. I mean, just look at that. I mean, I barely touched it. And it just, the two shades just blended together. This is a pretty good beginner-friendly palette. So now that I have that done, I'm gonna go with the silver shade. And I'm gonna use a small flat brush for that. And that's gonna be the LBE 7 brush. Okay, and I'm just gonna go right in that inner corner and up and let it meet the blue. I can already tell that this shade is gonna complement the blue really well because the undertones are the same. This would also be a good palette to do like a nice pretty halo eye with. Okay, so here's the eye look so far. I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and after that I'll do the bottom. So I'm gonna be using the Touch and Soul Icy Sherbet Primer. This stuff, guys, feels so good. I got this in a BoxyCharm, gosh, several months ago. When you put it on, it feels like cold. It's so good in the summertime. It feels very refreshing. And it feels smooth on the skin. Like, you don't even have to wear foundation with it, to be honest with you. Like, if you just want to mattify your skin just a little bit and kind of give yourself a mini spa treatment, I highly recommend it. I recommend the Touch and Soul brand entirely. It's a really, everything I've tried from them so far, I've been happy with. But do you see, I don't know if you guys can tell how it mattifies the skin, but it doesn't have a silicone consistency. I don't mind the silicone feel, but I know a lot of people do. So I figured I'd just share that. So next, I'm going to be using the Say What foundation by Oma Beauty. I use the shade T2N. And I'm going to put a little bit, one pump on the back of my hand. I'm really not trying to go for a full coverage moment today. I'm just dot this on my face. Just like a nice light coverage. This foundation is so nice because you can do light coverage, you can do medium, you can do full. It really depends on what you want to go for. And for my under eye, I'm going to be using the Hydrating Camo Concealer by e.l.f. in the shade Medium Sand. This has been my go-to concealer for months. Like, I'm actually almost out of it. I have this concealer brush that I got from Ipsy by Bean. Gosh, I think I said this in the last video. They wrote in this font that I can't even read. It's like, I appreciate that you're trying to be fancy, but somebody can't even read your brand. I think that's a little bit of a problem. But at any rate, this is like my absolute favorite concealer brush. It's, I don't know if you guys can see, it's like angled and it fits in the under eye so well and blends everything out like absolutely beautifully. Makes it so you don't need to use really that much concealer at all because of the way it spreads it out. After that, I'm going to bronze and set my under eye. Actually, you know what, before I do that, let me put on a setting powder. This is the Better Not Bitter setting powder. Well, actually, you know what? I think this is just called the flower. This is a flower setting powder. I think Better Not Bitter is like their catchphrase. And this is in the shade Cassava. I'm taking this large powder brush by Glamlight Cosmetics. I think this is like the ice cream powder brush. I'm not putting on a ton of powder, just enough to set. It really is not even necessary to always set your makeup. It's a personal preference. Today I was like, you know what? Like, for example, if you have dry skin, setting your makeup probably is just going to dry you out. Now I'm going to do my bronzing, and this is the Hydrating Complexion Trio by Alamar Cosmetics. It has 3 shades, a brightening powder and 2 bronzers. And for the brightening shade, it's very powerful, so a little bit will do. Just do a little bit under the eye and just bring that right back to the brow bone. All right, and I'm gonna just go in with the middle shade for the bronzer. I'm not trying to do anything super dramatic today, just warm up the face a little bit. And I'm gonna follow that up with a little bit of blush. I'm gonna be using the Moon Prism Blush Palette by Lunar Beauty. And I'm going to be using this angled brush. This is by Luxie. This is the 504 large angled brush. I think I'm going to try this darker shade right here. Yeah, that's really nice. It's not as dark as it comes off in a pan, but I can tell it's the shade, it's the type of shade that you can build up on. So if you have a deeper complexion, I can see this looking really beautiful on your skin. But this complements the brown that's in my eyeshadow really nicely. And I just did a very light touch with it. Okay, so for highlighter, I'm gonna be using the Stellar Lights Trio from Milani Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Rose Glow. I've had this for, goodness, for a long time. And I believe this is the very first highlighter palette that I've ever purchased. And I got it because Tati Westbrook recommended it. And I'm using the lightest shade right here to kind of complement the silver that's on my inner corner. And I'm just using, look at how powerful that is, guys. And that was just with one dip. I'm just blending that out so I don't have like a eraser stripe on my face. I think highlighter is like one of my favorite products to apply. It's definitely my favorite face product to apply. It's just find it so fun. And just to blend this in a little bit more, I'm going to use the large powder brush. And I'm going to add a little bit to the chin. Very good. Now that I've done that, let's finish up the eye. I am going back into the palette. I'm going to go with the brown shade, and I'm going to carry that underneath my eye. And I'm going to use the LBE4 brush, which is a small flat brush. And I'm just getting it along the edge of the brush. And I'm going to just use that almost like an eyeliner, just to go right across. And I'm just dragging that. I'm concentrating the color on the outer portion of the eye. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I did a little bit more on one side than the other, so I'm going to add a little bit more over here. And I'm going to take a fluffier brush just to smoke that out a little bit. And just smoke that out very subtly. I love how this palette performs in terms of being able to blend it out. Really, really nice. All right, very good. And let's see, do I want to go silver or blue for the, you know what, I'm going to stick with the silver. So on the very bottom, just to highlight, I'm going to dip into the silver shade. I'm using the edge of the brush just like before. And I'm just dragging that out a little bit. And I'm meeting this in the corner, the inner corner of the eye. I'm just tapping it here to give that impact, that extra little bit of shine at the inner corner. To go along with the brown theme of the eyeshadow look, I have this Endless Silky Eye Pen by Pixie Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Rose Glow. Wait a minute, is that the same color? It's the same, that's funny, it's the same name as the Milani highlighter trio. And I'm just gonna drag this right along the lash line. You guys know the drill. I got this from an Itsy Glam bag, and oh my gosh, guys, people are sleeping on Pixie's eyeliner formula. This probably is my favorite formula for an eyeliner at the drugstore. It is so creamy. I think my biggest criticism is that it doesn't come, I don't think it comes in like a ton of shades. But as far as performance, it is beautiful. It is super creamy. All right, and I'm gonna drag this into the waterline as well. And in the waterline, this is effortless. Okay, so next, I'm gonna do the mascara. I hope I like this. Let's see, because the price is really good. This wand shape is interesting. It's almost a little bit of an hourglass shape, like just by like a tad, but really full. All right, I curled my lashes beforehand. Okay. If you like a natural looking mascara, I think this will be good. There's no clumping. It does add some length and volume to the lashes. Yeah, this is I'll tell you this. I like dramatic mascaras, but for a natural one, if you're going for a natural look, this is actually really nice. Okay, I'm just getting the bottom lashes. It's not quite my cup of tea as far as drama goes, but it's okay. The quality of it, I would say that it's good quality. It's just not my personal preference. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to add a lip color. I'm using the Lip Plumping Transforming Top Coat in the shade Utopia. This is from Ulta Beauty brand. I own this in almost every single shade that they have. I love them so much. I don't know anything about whether they plump the lips, but they are just pretty. You see that? It's like a beautiful iridescent. And it makes the lips look nice and juicy. There's a mild tingling sensation, but nothing painful. And I guess you're supposed to use this in combination with lipstick, but I like it on its own. I don't know if I chose the right color for this look, but oh well, that's what we're going with today. Okay, and that, my dears, is my final look. So let's get a little closer so you can see it up close. So for the eyeshadow palette, I like it. The shades perform beautifully, very easy to blend out. For $9 or on sale for $6.75. I think it's a good deal. I would definitely try this in other colors. And the mascara, if you like something that is not super dramatic, that's just gonna give your lashes a little bit of depth, a little bit of length, then I would say that this is a good mascara. It performs well, but it's not my particular cup of tea because I like things that are a little bit more dramatic. So with all of that being said, I thank you so much for joining me once again today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of every single time I post and upload. I hope you all have a wonderful, blessed day. Take care now. Bye.